Hello party people, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tori. Thank you so much for being here today. If you hear the sound of a little pitter patter, the dogs are in the room with me right now, so they're chilling. But for today's video, I'm gonna do a little bit of a haul. I just got back from spending a week in New York with my besties and I did quite a bit of shopping, so yeah, let's just get into it. First, I'm gonna start with clothes. So I'm gonna start with all of the things I got secondhand. While I was in New York, I went to two different thrift stores. I went to Vintage in Manhattan. I know they're known for their Brooklyn locations, but also went to the 2nd Street in Soho. Let's start with 2nd Street because I only got one thing from there. 2nd Street is known for having a lot of secondhand designer pieces. And I feel like the Soho location in particular had way more stock of designer goods than regular goods. I've gone to 2nd Street locations in Costa Mesa and in LA, and those are usually like 50-50 designer versus just secondhand stuff. The only thing I picked up from 2nd Street is this really fun crochet cardigan. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I have a beige one that I got from ThredUp a while ago, and I wear that one so much. So I thought it was time to get this one in black. It's from the brand Bedford Fair Lifestyles and it's in a large petite. So it is kind of a quarter sleeve on me, but I think this is just one of those versatile pieces that I know that I'll wear. So I picked this up. I feel like I'm really into crochet this year, especially. That cardigan was about $10. And then I went to Vintage and found 3 pieces for $22. The first thing is this really simple cotton blouse. I feel like it's just a very summery item. It's so thin and breathable. It's gonna be perfect to throw on. I really like the nice embroidery details. I don't know if my camera can pick it up, but I love the details. I don't know, I'm drawn to white tops, so I feel like this will get a lot of wear this summer. And then the next top is a men's top, and it is actually this Ralph Lauren striped shirt. I've been looking for a shirt like this, and I almost bought something very similar at Uniqlo for like $50, but I think this ended up being something like $8 at L Train. I'm trying to be more of a capsule wardrobe person this summer, especially because I'll be doing a lot of traveling, so I wanted to find one of these, and I'm really happy I found this one in the classic blue and white stripe. And then the last piece I got from L Train Vintage was this skirt. It's from the brand Pleats Collection, and it's just this 100% polyester long skirt. It has this slight pleated detailing in it. I'm in my long skirt era, so I'm definitely gonna find some ways to style this that feel a bit more modern and less you know, overly modest. So that'll be another piece for this summer. The next place I have clothing from is Uniqlo, and honestly, I only went shopping at Uniqlo because all of my clothes got soaked. I was making the trek from my friend's apartment in Brooklyn all the way back to Manhattan to check into my new hotel room, and it was pouring rain that day, and I'm an idiot. I didn't know that hard shell luggages are not waterproof. They're barely water resistant. So all of my clothes got soaked, and I was like, you know what? I need some new pants. While on this trip, I also tried to pack as light as possible, and I only brought 2 pairs of jeans as my bottoms, and by the 5th day there, I was just wearing them too often and they were soaked. So I was like, I need to buy some new pants. The first pair of pants is actually a pair of pants I saw my friend Clara wearing when we were all hanging out together, and they are these cargo pants that have a drawstring waist, and they also have this really fun cinching at the bottom. These are really light and breezy. Again, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of use out of them this summer. And I was like, you know what? I'm a cargo skirt girly. Might as well become a cargo pant wearer as well. This next purchase felt like a long time coming, and that is just this pair of black linen pants. I got it in the size extra large, and they have a really nice wide leg. A lot of linen pants I've seen lately have been way too tapered at the bottom and kind of give me a business casual vibe in the worst way possible. So I really like that these have a wide leg, and again, I bought them in black just because I felt like black would go with more stuff. And since I have so many white tops, I feel like black linen would be perfect because then I don't have to look for the correct shade of white or anything like that. The next thing I got was this pair of cotton shorts, and I feel like I just bought these honestly because it kind of reminded me of the boxer trend that's been really popular for the last few summers. I haven't found ones that I was really in love with, but I thought that these could be something fun to experiment with or to see if I really like. And if I like them, then I can just go to Uniqlo and buy a million more pairs. And then the last thing I got was something super touristy, and that is just this t-shirt that has a coffee and a little bagel on it. I don't know, I really just wanted something to remember this trip. I really wish I had time to like really go through like all the touristy shops on Canal Street and get the like I Heart NY shirts, because I really wanted to have like my Mary Kate and Ashley New York Minute, or like the like pajama shirt that Peter Parker wears in Spider-Man. But I didn't have time, so you know what, this sufficed, and I think it's so fun. This last clothing piece is one that I've been coveting for a really long time. I contemplated buying it online, but then I just thought, you know what, I know if I buy this in store, I'm just gonna have a nice in-store shopping experience, and sometimes you just wanna have a nice experience to accompany a nice purchase. And I did. The shirt in question is from Ganni, and when I was in there, the salespeople who were working there were like the nicest people ever. So cute, so sweet, hyping me up. I loved it. It was a great experience. I also just love the vibe of like Ganni boutique stores. I feel like, I don't know, I love that brand so much. But the shirt that I got is this gorgeous, again, white blouse that has these little tie features in the front and these really fun puffy sleeves. This top is a bit expensive. I spent about $200 on this top, including taxes, but this is just such a Ganni piece, and I know I'm gonna get so much wear out of it. It's one of those pieces that's in their permanent collection, so I know that it's like very much part of the brand identity, but also I just think it's part of my identity. I think this like peplum kind of bottom is about as peplum as I'm gonna go in the year 2023 and beyond, but I don't know what else to say. It is a white top, so there it is. That's it for the clothing. Let's move on to like knickknacks and stuff. So the first thing I have here is a hat from Sweet Pickle Books. If you know, you know. But my friend and I went to this bookstore called Sweet Pickle Books. It's a used bookstore that operates on donation. They have this really fun donation program where if you donate 4 books, you get a free jar of pickles. I wish I could have tried the pickles, but I didn't have enough time and I knew they would not travel well. So instead I bought this hat, and I think it's fun. Adding to my dad hat collection, honestly. And then while I was in New York, I went to the MoMA store and I picked up another like New York tourist piece, and that is this mug. I literally washed this mug, but I put it back in the box just for this video. But it is a ceramic mug with the iconic "We Are Happy to Serve You" logo. And I just think it's so cute and darling. I need to be like very aware like not to throw this onto my pile of clothes. The last sort of knickknack is one that I did not think I would buy. Party people, I have become a Sunny Angels girly. I know. I don't know how I feel about Sunny Angels. I feel like their exposed crotch really freaks me out. However, I did get their hippers, which are the decorative minifigures that can go on the back of a phone or on the back of your laptop. Basically what that means is that you can see their butt cheeks, but their crotches don't exist. And I got this little sheep. After I'm done filming this, I'm definitely gonna put this on my work laptop, but isn't she cute? We're partly done with knickknacks. This is like knickknack makeup time, and I went to Glossier. I try to tell myself I'm not a Glossier girly, but really I'm a Glossier girly. My friend Miranda and I were hanging out. Every time she would visit me in LA, we would always go to the Glossier store. So obviously we had to go to the Soho flagship. I picked up a couple things from them. The first thing is the Glossier You Perfume Solid. I don't really like the spray version of this like perfume. I think it just smells a little funky to me, but I really love the solid and the way the solid smells on the skin. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just a slight molecular difference, but it's so good, and I love how like heavy and expensive this packaging feels. It's gonna be very travel friendly, which is like the name of the game for me this summer. What's really interesting about the Glossier Soho flagship is that they had the trinkets from all of their like stores from across the US. So all of the like city exclusives you can all buy at the Soho location. I bought the DC city exclusive, which was a luggage tag. It's in this gorgeous red. It has their little logo and like their little "you look good." You uncap it and there's all my info. You know what I mean? It also came with this like little global bauble and plain. However, these things are like super fucking heavy. So I took them off of the luggage tag because I didn't think they were like that practical. Last random bit that I have in here. Oh, I totally forgot I bought this. Yikes. Is this Tower 28 Bronzino Illuminating Bronzer in the shade Suncoast. I really just like forgot to bring a highlighter on this trip. So I bought some and then I didn't even end up using it because I didn't wear makeup on the night we went out. But let me just layer her on. This is what she looks like. The last category of this haul are books. I did go book shopping, yes. Okay, the first place I went to was the iconic Strand bookstore, and I was very good on this day. I bought 2 books from the Strand, and the first one was All's Well by Mona Awad. At the Strand, they have a whole table dedicated to signed editions that they have. I mentioned this in a TikTok, but I really want to read more of Mona Awad. I really liked her book Bunny, so I wanted to just like go through everything she's ever written. So now I have this to add to my bookshelf. And then I bought this one, which is YN by Esther Yee. I've been seeing so many people talk about this and so many people whose opinions I value. It basically follows a young woman who is obsessed with this K-pop group, and then one day her idol from that group like announces his retirement. So she decides to fly to South Korea to see what happened and to get to the bottom of it. So we all know I love a book about fandom, parasocial relationships, so very interested to see where this goes. My camera is dying, so I'm trying to go as fast as humanly possible. And then I went to the McNally Jackson location over in Rockefeller Center. I know there are way like cuter neighborhoods that have a McNally Jackson, but with the way I was exploring the city on this day, it only made sense to go to that location. And I bought 3 books at McNally Jackson. The first is one that I was really excited to buy specifically at McNally Jackson because their publishing house published it, and that is The Goodbye People by Gavin Lambert. I believe this is part of McNally Jackson's like collection of like not forgotten but more like underrated classics that more people should read. And I believe it just follows a cast of characters living in Southern California at the end of the 1960s. And we all know I eat that shit up. So it was made for me. The blurb of this really sounds like it would be for fans who like Joan Didion's work or Eve Babbitt's work. And we all know I love both of those women so much. So this is something right up my alley. The next book I have here is Happy Hour by Marlo Granados. I kind of felt like I needed to buy a book that took place in New York while I was in New York, and so this was the book I chose. This was really popular last summer. I believe it follows a pair of girls who are friends and living in New York for the summer, and they're just in the city for like an internship or a dead-end job, and then, you know, at the daytime they're kind of like in those like sucky jobs, but then at night they're at all these glamorous parties. So I love a book about girlies trying to have fun, about girlies girlying in the world. So I feel like this is that book. And then the last book I have is Superfan: How Pop Culture Broke My Heart by Jen Suk-Fong Lee. I believe this is either a memoir or a book of essays with the writer talking about their experience with pop culture and how certain pop culture artifacts or moments like impacted their life. Why am I so dark? Did a cloud just come by? Lovely. I think the cover is absolutely stunning. And I feel like there's a theme, especially with these 2 books. And I know that I feel like they're both gonna talk about parasocial relationships, the cult of celebrity, things like that. So again, something I'm super interested in, something I really like to read. So those are the books. But anyways, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day whenever you're watching this. And if you want to see more of me, feel free to follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. If you want to know what I'm reading, feel free to follow me on Storygraph. And I'll see you for the next one. Bye.